Well, hello and happy Tuesday. I told you I'd see you next Tuesday again. Don't forget, drop me a like in down below. I'd appreciate that. Double tap, click the button. I'd appreciate that very much. Drop me a comment in as well. Thumbs up, smiley face. Let me know how you're doing. Please feel free to share this video as well. I'd appreciate that very much. That always helps. So, what we're going to talk about today, after another wonderful virtual bootcamp this morning, is a conversation I had yesterday, really, just in brief, about something called the law of diminishing intent. And this thing is actually quite pertinent this year. So if you, especially this time of year, so if you're looking to sort of lose weight or get fit, what tends to happen is people will get this emotion and they'll get this drive to lose weight, and it's quite raw. And so the conversation I had yesterday was with a woman who had made a request in the morning, and she actually said to me when I spoke to her on the evening that, I'm just going to move this microphone, on an evening that her motivation levels had already started to wane, which is quite interesting, really. And basically what happened there was, when the person made the inquiry or the request, their emotion and drive was quite raw, because they were thinking about the problem that they had and thinking about the problem they wanted to fix. The longer you leave something, the less likely you are of doing it, and that's what the law of diminishing intent is. It's kind of like an unwritten rule, an unwritten law. And people disagree with me on this, but it plays out every single time. So basically, again, let's look at the time of year. So it's 10th of November. A lot of people will be saying now, particularly with health and fitness, or starting the new year. And if you think about that, that's, well, how many weeks away? Ooh, 21 days to the end of November, well, 20 days. So that's about 50 days away, 51 days away, which is a long time. So you're talking, it's probably the best part of sort of 6 weeks to the end of the year, maybe a little bit more. So if you think about that, and that's if you started at the start of January. So in 6 weeks' time, you're going to be totally different to the way you are now in how you feel. So if you're in pain now and you want to solve the problem now, you need to solve the problem now, because it's raw. The longer you leave it, the less likely you are of doing it. I can't tell you, over the years I've been doing this, how many people in the years I've done this have said to me, around this time of year, I'll start a new year. Probably 1 in 10 actually do, because that intent diminishes. And also as well, which people miss, is think about the time of year it's in, think about the situation this year, think about this lockdown that we're currently in. People will gain weight over the next 6 weeks because of Christmas, because of these things, irrespective of what's going on. So whilst people might say, yeah, but we're not going out, we're not doing these things, we're staying at home in a lockdown, which encourages, for a lot of people, weight gain. So if you're 7 to 14 pounds heavier by the end of the year, which you could be, the average I think 7 to 10, then how hard is it going to be to start in January when you're heavier? It's difficult, isn't it? So, you know, that conversation I had yesterday with that person was quite pertinent, because it reminded me of this law of diminishing intent. So you need to do things now. Hence why we're doing our virtual boot camps, and we're offering a very special offer for anyone who joins us now, because you can't just do nothing for 3.5 weeks waiting for this lockdown to end. Because what's going to happen is, what happens if you do nothing for 3.5 weeks and the gyms don't reopen? I think they will. My opinion is I think they will. But if they don't, you've done nothing for 3.5 weeks because you're waiting. That intent to do something is going to diminish, and you're not going to be in a good spot. So you've got to act is the answer, and don't try and prove me wrong on that. Trust me, I've seen it so many times in the last 11 years. People say, oh, I'll wait. It's going to diminish. That intent is going to diminish. So if you're going to act, you need to act straight away, because if you act now, you can tap into that emotion that drove the decision, and you're more likely to get results. And ultimately, that's what we're trying to do here, is we're trying to get results. Okay? It's as simple as that. So law of diminishing intent, don't try and prove me wrong. It does, honestly, 100% of the time, it always gets everybody. Yeah? And, you know, the amount of people who stop doing something, who stop the momentum, it's very hard to get going again. And this is from somebody that's been consistent for the last 15 years. So, yeah, watch out for that. If you're going to do something, invest in yourself, invest the time, do it now. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be so hard in January to get going. I promise you. So if you've got the resources to do it now, go for it. So if you want our help, our women's only group fitness program, all you need to do is comment below with ready, and I'll send you the details across on that, or drop me a direct message, and we can send you the details across on that. As always, I'd appreciate just a like down below, click the button, drop us a comment in, let us a thumbs up, smiley face, let me know how you're doing, share the video as well, I'd appreciate that very much, and let's have a good Tuesday, and I will see you next Tuesday as always.